The Dave and Rachel Show.
You could always use a little more. Pure Country 93. I mean, who couldn't?
Hi there, it's Dave and Rachel, and welcome to our podcast. I have to explain something off the top for you here before we get into what happened on today's show. Rachel is now isolating, and this happened sort of on short notice, isolating at home. One of the members of her family has had contact with someone who's contracted COVID-19. So the policy is she cannot come into work. So she will be on the phone on today's podcast, joining us on the phone. Just wanted to let you know that's why you hear Rachel on the phone. And today on the podcast, let me see, we'll talk about the rules at Costco, because I feel like there should be a rule up to go out of Costco. I feel like there should be a rule. Good idea, bad idea, bike lockers in downtown London. I love this idea. And on Dear Dave and Rachel, the guy I'm seeing has a really nice apartment. Almost too nice. And we'll start off with, Rachel likes to call this my diddly squat. And here it is.
The Dave and Rachel Show on Pure Country 93.
I feel like we should start the morning with some, nonsense. Is that
a bunch of nothing, maybe?
A bunch of nothing. Yeah, some diddly squat.
Dave's Diddly Squat.
That's right. This is just random things that I find interesting. How about that?
All right.
Random things that Dave finds interesting. Like, for instance, a Georgia teenager has become one of the less than 500 people in the history of the Boy Scouts to have earned all 137 badges that they can award.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
How many people have earned that?
There's less than 500 in the history of the Boy Scouts.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
That's that's hard. It can't be easy. 137 badges. How
I
about
was in
that?
Girl Guides, Brownies, Girl Guides, and Pathfinders for a long time. And it's like, some of those badges that's a lot of work.
I was a Cub Scout for about 2 years, and that's about all I could take. I don't think I graduated.
I'm not surprised.
A study at the University of Arizona found that turning your camera off can help you avoid Zoom fatigue. Just knowing you're on camera, apparently, is what makes those meetings so exhausting.
Yeah,
FYI.
I see that, because you feel like you have to be kind of on. It's like mentally draining to be on all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. I get that.
A new poll found women are more likely to control the TV remote and choose most of the shows couples watch.
That's not true at my house at all.
Really?
No.
I think it's kind of true at my house. We kind of go back and forth.
No, Jeremy is 90%. It's Jeremy at our house.
I find we are very split on what we want to watch together. We don't. We don't want to watch too much. We like watching things separately.
Yes.
Not very much together. That's part of the problem. A U.S. citizen pulled up to the Mexico-Texas border last Thursday to re-enter the U.S. and said he had nothing to declare. A customs agent thought, maybe I see something back there. It turns out he did. Agents found 320 pounds of pork bologna and 30 pounds of turkey ham under some blankets.
Okay.
All right.
If you're bringing in meat, bologna's not my first choice.
Apparently,
like that, you're gonna
apparently he can sell it. I don't know. I have no idea.
Get something higher end than bologna.
Bologna? Okay.
Yeah.
I love this story. An Australian musk duck, whose name is Ripper, has been recorded repeatedly saying, "You bloody fool," after learning to imitate humans. Researchers believe it may be the first documented account of a duck imitating a human. You bloody fool. Apparently, that's what his owner said that a lot around him.
Yeah.
And now the duck can say it.
Wow.
A talking duck.
Parrot. It's like a parrot duck.
It walks like a duck and talks like a duck.
Talks like a parrot.
Yes.
And apparently now ducks talk.
Yeah,
so.
Apparently. One more for you. Ari Yormani. Ever heard of Ari? Ari Yormani.
No.
You should have. He's a self-proclaimed time traveler. He's here from the year 2714.
Oh.
And
wow.
he's now on TikTok. Good for him. He's got some stark warnings concerning the weeks ahead. So keep these dates in mind.
Oh, okay.
On September 11th, an alien will abduct 4,000 skilled workers and children and take them to Proxima B. Okay.
Okay.
So be careful. September 14th, the world's first Category 6 hurricane will hit the East Coast. He says maybe South Carolina. And on September 26th, a chimp will speak due to a mutation in its vocal cords, and it has some mysterious things to tell us.
A chimp is going to... Well, we've already got a talking duck.
Yeah.
So
by the way, just so
he's not far off.
Well, he's a time traveler. He should know. By the way, not that it really matters much, but there is no such thing as a Category 6 hurricane. Like
No,
there
there's
is,
not.
there is
Did
no
you
such
say
thing.
This is like the first one?
There is no such thing. You can't
No.
be the first if there isn't one. However,
it can't happen.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Anyway, but I would
Right.
be willing to hear the monkeys out. I don't know about you.
Yes, I would too.
No, I would be willing.
Very interested in that.
I want to know what they have to say.
Yes.
The Dave and Rachel Show, weekday mornings on Pure Country 93.
How awesome is that?
What's on your mind this morning, Dave?
Well, I'm glad you asked what's on my mind. I was at the busiest place on earth yesterday,
Oh,
and it's not the happiest place on earth.
I might have been there too.
Can we talk? What's on your mind? Can I get in on this? The Dave and Rachel Show on Pure Country 93.
Yeah, I was at the busiest place on earth yesterday, and it was Costco. And I don't
Yeah.
care. You can tell me it was busy somewhere else, but I will tell you right now, you weren't at Costco.
I think everybody was at Costco. Actually.
I know. I mean, everybody was there.
We probably all do know that because we were all there.
Yeah. So, and I assume there was a part of me that I think I knew it would be busy because I thought you said yesterday morning, well, I got to go to Costco. And I said to you, I think it's going to be crazy busy.
Yeah.
Because whenever we have a holiday and everything's closed for 24 hours, it's like a mad rush when we open back up again, right?
Well, I kind of thought yesterday wouldn't be too bad because the kids were back in school. Right? I thought, well, the kids and the teachers and all the staff, they're all working today.
Yeah.
Again. So it'll be way less busy.
Yeah.
Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, you were wrong.
Yeah. I didn't go to your Costco. I was at the South End Costco. You were at the North End Costco.
Yes, I'm at the North End Costco. I'm there to pick up one thing and one thing only. And I already talked about this yesterday. I had a horrible, terrible, very bad day.
Right.
I needed a new coffee maker, and I went on the weekend to get a new coffee. I had to take the old one back, and I needed a new coffee maker, but they didn't have any. But we asked, and they said, we're restocking. Some are coming in, and we'll have them for Tuesday. So I show up at around noon yesterday, which is peak time, I think, for Costco. That's a great time to go if you want a crowd. So I'm at Costco, and all I need is my coffee maker, which I find. I grab my coffee maker, and then I look at the lines to check out. Oh, my.
Yeah.
So we're lined up everywhere. And then in the middle of being lined up everywhere, people are trying to steer their carts down aisles, and it was just crazy. So I go to self-checkout. Eventually, I get there. I scan my card. I scan my item, my coffee maker. I get my receipt. I pay, tap, pay. I'm ready to leave. Mm-hmm. Except at the North End Costco, the self-checkout is at the far end of the checkout lanes.
Oh, yeah.
Far end. So I go and I turn left to leave Costco, and now I see I'm in a line just to leave.
Yeah.
A line that's all the way back to the back. So here's my question for you this morning.
Yeah.
When you're in the exit line and it's long at Costco, and someone tries, they are leaving a till that's further up. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? I've got to go buy all the tills before I can even get out of the store. And so there was a couple who just finished putting all their groceries in a cart, and they exit one of the tills, and they wanted to go right in front of me. And I said, you're not allowed in front of me.
You told them to go to the back?
This is a line. I think they went right behind me.
Oh.
And there were other people behind me. So what is the rule? Do you have to go to the back of the line, or do you just merge in?
That's a good question. If you're lined up to check out, then that's a proper line. You have to go to the back.
Yes.
But if you're lined up to get out of the store, I don't know, actually.
Really?
That's kind of a free-for-all.
It is a free-for-all.
Yeah,
it's
and I feel like people, because at the South End Costco, for instance, yesterday I had a huge cart. I'd pull over to get some boxes, right? Because I like to take boxes to pack my car.
Yeah.
And then I tried to kind of move back over to start getting out. But 3 people went by me. They weren't letting me in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't aggressive, but they just kept moving. And I was like, all right, I'll just wait for them to pass me so that I can get behind them to line up to get out. So, people don't want to let you in front, but I kind of think it's a free-for-all. Because there's a lot happening in that exit line area.
Well, it's true. That's true.
There's a lot of different things you could pull over for and then come back in. If you want food, if you got to go to the service desk or whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, this is why because I mentioned this to my wife last night. I said, somebody tried to get in front of me. She goes, yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
It's free. You can do whatever you want. And I'm like, no, I think you've got to go to the back of the line. Now,
I think the exit line is kind of like doing the zipper merge, though.
Well, that's what I wonder. Is it a zipper merge in the exit? Normally, I don't.
Zipper merge.
Well, I normally don't have an issue because I get my whatever I'm getting there, and the line isn't that long. You just go and you get in the line and you go out.
Right.
Usually, it's not a big long line, but when you have a big long line,
crazy.
Are you allowed to merge? We have a text already.
I think you merge.
You merge. Well, someone says go to the end of the line, which is what I thought.
Yeah, but if you're at one of the tills, then you got to go backwards, back kind of into the store and get into the line again.
So
it doesn't really make sense.
You still got to go to the end of the line, don't you? I don't know.
I think you all just merge together.
Okay,
they're pretty quick. I'm a merge. I mean, they're pretty quick. It's just,
it doesn't take you long. Yeah, it doesn't take you long to get out. It really doesn't. But so you say merge. I say the end of the line. Okay.
I think people are merging.
All right. Let us know what you think.
Dave and Rachel on Pure Country 93.
My youngest daughter starts school today. JK.
Oh, boy.
I'm wondering, though, how does an extrovert mom like me handle an introvert child like her?
Okay, here we go.
The Dave and Rachel Show.
So you would consider yourself an extrovert?
Yeah, I am. And but I'm. What do they call the people who are both? Because I can be both, but mostly an extrovert.
I don't think you can be both, Rachel.
You can't?
Well, I don't think you can.
Me?
You personally, you can't. That's who you are.
Yeah,
that's
true.
your core. That's in your DNA.
It's true.
Either that or the vaccine put it in your DNA. I don't know.
Well, you never know.
You never know what
I've
happened
had two
there.
Of them, so, yeah.
No, it's you are an outgoing person. You can't walk by someone without saying hi. Right?
Yes.
You can't.
Yeah.
You cannot.
No, I mean especially at work. I mean, everybody. You gotta create a pleasant work environment. But,
sure,
that's a good thing.
Okay.
You need extroverts like me for that.
Do you?
But my youngest daughter, is more of an introvert than I am. She's a little more sensitive than our oldest. Kendall is more sensitive than Julia. And she's shy. She's a little more shy. She's a little more introverted. And so, I'm watching her sometimes play with new children at parks or whatever. And she doesn't get right in there. She kind of hangs back. And I feel like, oh, is she okay? Like, does she? I think she wants to play, but she has to get brave and go over and say, hey, can I play with you or whatever.
Right.
But she seems to be okay, just like hanging back. So, and I'm not really sure how to manage that, especially since today is her first day in JK. Now, she's going to know a lot of the kids. We're in a small town, so she's going to know some of the kids there anyway.
Right.
But she's going to meet a lot of new friends, too. And it's a whole new thing for her. And I know she's just going to be kind of shy and and introverted. Not that she needs to go in there guns a-blazing, but, it's just, I feel like it's going to be a little harder for her than it was for Julia. She's more of an extrovert.
I have a teenager now who has a pretty decent social circle. A decent social, she's got her phone, and that's how kids communicate now, on the phone and stuff like that.
Of course.
But when she was heading to JK for the first time, she was really shy, very quiet, didn't say a whole lot, didn't, she got by. Somehow she got by. I mean, and I know this is difficult for a lot of people to understand, but I was sort of like that when I was a kid. I wasn't really. I'm not like Rachel. I'm not saying hi to everybody. Hi. It's just not my thing.
Well, I don't know if I was always like this, but and I certainly am not always in every situation like this. I can be a little more introverted.
Can you?
But yeah, and I remember as a kid, my mom forcing me to go play with those kids. Go find some friends. Leave me alone. Go play. And she forced me to go do it. So I learned how to make friends. And I know Kendall will have to be the same. But it just, as a parent, you're like, oh, I just want to fix this for them and make it good and make them not uncomfortable. And,
you can't.
You can't.
You have to. So the issue with Charlotte when she was younger is she was like that. She wouldn't go up to people. She wouldn't.
No.
She's just not an assertive person. I would say now that she's hit her teenage years, she's a little more assertive now. But she has learned that through all of the things that she's been through. So I think you have to kind of back away. I mean, you can't fix it for her. I don't think.
No. And you're probably right. It's something they have to learn how to do, and it's a skill, right? It's a skill to learn to meet people and, integrate yourself into the group. And, those are skills you have to learn. So it's so hard as a mom. You're like, oh, I just want it to be, like, I just want her to feel good and comfortable, and it's easy, but, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Not in this case.
No. Here's a text from someone with a little bit of, that may change, don't push her. Just be who you are, and you might be surprised what she learns from your interactions. That's true.
Yes. Well, that's true.
Yeah, maybe she'll become one of those, hi.
Right.
Hi, I'm Rachel. Hi.
It's like that with me. She doesn't stop talking.
Dave and Rachel on Pure Country 93.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea.
All right. Tell us, what have you got this morning?
Okay, this is really cool, actually, and it's right here in London. The City of London, if you haven't seen them already, has launched new bicycle lockers downtown. So there's like a secure locker that you can put your bike inside downtown. They're in 3 different locations. There's some at the corner of Dundas and Wellington.
Yeah.
On Clarence between Victoria Park and the Williams Cafe there.
Mm-hmm.
And in the underground parking garage at the Covent Garden Market. These are like huge fiberglass, like big gray boxes. And you might not know what they are, but they're bicycle lockers. It will actually fit one standard adult-sized 2-wheel bike.
Really?
So you don't have to put it at, one of those metal bike racks if you can get one of these spots. And the best thing is they're free for 2 hours. The first 2 hours are free, and then after that, it's 50 cents per hour. You can rent it for a maximum of 24 hours, which is kind of cool. And you rent it just using your cell phone. There's like a code on there that you scan, and you do it all that way on your phone. You can put your, bike downtown, put your bike in this locker, walk around, do whatever you want to do, and then grab it when you're done.
This is a terrific idea. I'm blown away by this. I'm blown away that the city has come up with this. Because sometimes I wonder what's happening at City Hall. But if somebody came up with this idea, I would say they're doing something right. That's a great idea.
Good idea.
It's a great idea. Where are these locations once again where you can do this?
Okay. Yeah, so they're at Dundas and Wellington, right at the corner. They're on Clarence near Victoria Park in the old Williams Cafe.
Right.
Kind of where the curve is there. And then in the underground parking garage at Covent Garden Market.
What a great idea.
So, yeah, they're like literal, you put your bike inside, no one sees it, no one is going to, steal something off of it or cut the lock off of the bike racks that you park your bike in, right?
Right.
They're not going to get it. And it's free for the first 2 hours. You just use your phone to rent it. And it's a huge locker. It'll fit one. There's 6 lockers in each of those locations. And then each locker fits one bicycle.
This is great.
Cool, right?
Yeah, it's a great idea. I mean, you're always taking a risk when you leave your bike anywhere, even locked. But you put it in a locker. Plus, they're free for 2 hours.
Yeah, you can just bike downtown if you want, and then walk around, do whatever you're doing. Say you're going to a festival in Victoria Park, you can park your bike if you can get one of these lockers, right?
Yeah, no,
I think that's neat.
I think it's a great idea. This is
Good idea.
Really, really, really good idea.
It's the Dave and Rachel Show on Pure Country 93.
It's Dear Dave and Rachel time.
This week, the guy I'm seeing has a really nice apartment, almost too nice. Yeah.
I think Buddy Guy wants to get his free time.
Because who doesn't want to hear about someone else's drama?
Oh, this lady needs to grow up hair, and get over herself.
Pure Country 93's Dear Dave and Rachel.
Dear Dave and Rachel, I've been seeing this guy casually for a few weeks now, and he recently asked me if I wanted to watch Netflix at his place instead of meeting for drinks, and I agreed. This was my first time at his apartment, and it was nice, but a little too nice. To me, it looked like a woman had decorated it, which made me wonder if he already had a girlfriend or was such a player that he hired a woman to decorate it. During a little tour of his place, he showed me his bedroom, and it was very well put together with candles everywhere. I feel like this guy must score a lot in this place. He didn't get lucky with me because I felt his apartment was a little too romantic. Do you agree? Or maybe he's just a good decorator. What do you think?
Well, I feel like this is much ado about nothing. I mean, I don't know. Why can't a guy be neat, tidy, and a good decorator? Granted, probably a lot of us aren't. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Do you think this is I feel like this is...
I think it's a bit of a red flag. I would feel like she does.
Really?
Yeah, I would. I think you can tell when an apartment, when a home or something has, what they call a woman's touch. You can just tell.
Oh, I see.
I know men who have lived alone and then acquired a partner, a girlfriend, and slowly there's, more decorations in the home. And every time I go, I can kind of tell, okay, you didn't buy that. I know you didn't buy that, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it might not be, it could be that he had a girlfriend before and maybe they lived together and he just kept the apartment and a lot of that stuff. I don't know. But it is a bit of a red flag. Like if it's a true bachelor pad, it can be clean and tidy, of course, but typically not like decorated. You can just tell that when it has a woman's touch.
Okay, yeah, but what if his mom decorated the place, helped him set it up? How do you know?
Well, I guess maybe his mom did. She's going to have to ask them, but it kind of sounds like they're not that serious yet to be like, what's going on here, right?
Uh-huh.
Like it is, women would notice that and it would be off-putting, or at least it would be to me as it is to her.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly feel like this is a bit of a stretch here, I think. I understand from the female perspective, you're not expecting that and you're suspicious. But, I mean, I feel like this is really a stretch. I really do. I feel like you're overreacting.
I'm not saying that guys can't decorate, and some of them do, and some of them probably do it better than I do, for sure. Maybe look at the way he dresses. Is he as put together himself as his apartment is? Because if so, then maybe it is him.
Well, here's a text. My husband was very artistic, and he did all the decorating.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, maybe he's an artsy guy. I don't know. But you can kind of tell when it has a woman's touch.
So if a guy has candles all over the place and it's neat, it's tidy, it's decorated, it looks
candles
nice.
in the bedroom is like the candles everywhere in the bedroom is a little, just like,
Look,
okay. It's my first time here. Maybe put them away.
Yeah.
No,
wait a second, though. In my relationship, now I wouldn't say I'm a great decorator. I wouldn't go that stretch. But I like a good smelly candle. And I'm not really terrific at buying candles or anything like that. But I like it. I like it when the house has that nice smell. And I know where to get candles. I know how to buy them. Nobody else in my house buys candles. Yeah. I do.
Well, you do? Okay.
Yes. Someone says, you're overreacting, Rachel. What if his mom or sister decorated? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they could. I mean, and that's fine. That's the indication that this woman thinks obviously a woman decorated.
Uh-huh.
So whether that's the mom, sister, girlfriend, whatever, fine.
I don't know.
Obviously, she thinks obviously it's not him. And I think you can kind of tell.
Okay. Well, if you agree or disagree, let us know.
The Dave and Rachel Show.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
On Pure Country 93.